stolen my thunder. I was going to ask how many of you have square danced before, and almost everybody raised their hand. I remember two things in the second grade. Number one, there were two exit doors going out to the court. There was X, little tape X on both sides, and if you had to go to the head, the boys would go to this X, and the girls would go to that X. Now, I don't know what you do nowadays, but anyway, I remember square dancing, and that was nearly 75 years ago. I've been square dancing ever since. Not really, but kind of. And it is fascinating. And on the tables, I put a little flyer that is introducing our club, Ichabod. And it stresses the benefits, which Dee has already stolen my thunder again, and told you all the benefits. However, I want you to go down on line 5. Unfortunately, I was in a hurry. I did not have my wife edit this. And so on line 5 it says bullet. There is nothing about bullets in square dancing. If you notice, there's a bunch of dots. That's what it was supposed to be. So take out your pencils, correct that. You can look at all the benefits of square dancing. And I want to mention one more benefit that's not on this list. It is a mating or dating ritual. Okay, now hold that thought, because we'll get to that. I belong to a club called Ichabod, and some of the people who will be dancing with us. Tom, what club are you in? Rose, okay. There's probably, I don't know, 30 clubs in Southern California. Used to be more. Square dancing has declined a little bit in popularity because there's so many other things to do, aren't there, on Friday and Saturday nights. Cindy and I, my wife and I, we used to dance every Friday and Saturday night, and you can do that. There are generally dances Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights. And of course, we have a class on how to learn how to square dance. So my name's at the bottom. If you want to learn, you can contact me, and we'll set you up on a class. And that's on Monday nights. So we could dance Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then we take round dancings on Wednesday. Now, round dancing is like cued ballroom dancing. And square dancing is cued, or we have a caller. Dale is our caller. And that's another correction. On your program, if you go down, my name was spelled correctly, thank you very much. But it says Bill Tex Gibson. Take your pencils out, this is another correction. Editing is really a bear. But you cross that out and put in Dale Hoppers, Hoppers. And we'll introduce him in a second. But square dancing goes way back. And remember I said it was a ritual. In England, I don't know, 400 years ago or something, it used to be a bunch of guys because it wasn't not proper for girls and guys to dance, apparently. And so there'd be 6 guys, and they do a dance and whoop it up. And then a little further on, they started doing what's called a Morris dance, kind of like square dancing. And the French were doing it, everybody was doing it in Europe in particular. I'm sure if you go back far enough, the Incas were doing it, or the Aztecs. We don't know, because we don't have that history. But so it came to the United States as these various people from various countries came to the United States, immigrated. The French were dancing the cotillion, or the quadrille, I believe it's called. Anyway, so they came over, and then we kind of had a problem with the British. And so we didn't use the British terms that they were using at the time to dance a dance similar to square dancing. And so we ended up with a lot of French terms, like allemand, or pomade, or dos à dos, which you know, belly to belly, back to back. Well, dos à dos is back to back. Just something I know you like all this. So if there was kind of like square dancing, And it slowly evolved, and then it kind of lost importance because there were other dances like, what does it do to
That's the Charleston.
Okay, Charleston, thank you, and jazz and all kinds of stuff where you touched each other. Anyway, boys and girls type thing. I'm going to get to the mating thing. I know you're worried about that, but I'll get to that. So it kind of lost flavor and favor, and then in Appalachia, they will continue it. Comes along, Henry Ford met Clara, his to-be wife, at a Grange social dance. And they got married in 1888. And then he got real busy. They were dancing a lot, and they were dancing square dancing type dances. And then he got busy. He was building cars. And all of a sudden, jazz came along, and he wanted to bring in more traditional, what he felt were traditional American dances. So he met a guy named Lovett, and they started working on square dancing, and he made square dancing compulsory for his staff, the upper staff, because they weren't getting enough exercise, and he wanted to teach them how to dance it. So every Friday night, all the CEOs and the treasurers and the administrators had to square dance, and it was compulsory. Because he wanted to bring back the traditional dances, and so he introduced it into the schools in 1929, I believe. And he actually wrote a book, which is in my notes, but I forget what it's called. But anyway, it was about square dancing, and all the moves that he and Lovett worked together to have square dancing. So that's how it got introduced into the schools. Now, how many of you do that? I didn't know it, but you could find, where did I put my phone? You can find everything on Google. You know what? My phone is over there, my wife is she's taping this because she thinks I'm so great. But everything's on the phone. And this is a transformation that schools are going through because everything is on the phone. My grandson in the 11th grade decided he didn't want to learn anymore. He said, it's all right here. I can add, I can subtract right on the phone. I can do algebra. I can learn about everything. And of course, I Googled about square dancing so I can tell you all these marvelous facts that you have just learned. Now, coming along to this mating thing, I know we're concerned about that. But it really does work. I met Cindy square dancing probably 30 years ago when we were in square dancing as couples, her husband and she, and in fact, she and her husband led the class that my wife and I were taking at the time, 1989, 88. So, anyway, long story short, my wife passed and I started chasing Cindy at square dancing. Our club, we have about 40, 50 members, and I would say a third of them have met their spouse. Subsequently, they were married one time, and for whatever reason, were no longer with that spouse, and they met a new spouse at square dancing. It's fantastic. How many single ladies are here? Okay. Now, this is magic. This is magic. If you're looking, you got my telephone number at the bottom here, and so I stress that you should give us a call. Now, unfortunately, our class just started in January. It runs through the summer, and we will start again next January. However, I can hook you up with another class that probably may start later in the season. And we still dance. We dance probably once a week now, plus we have our class. And it's a fantastic, we really enjoy it. And we appreciate you inviting us here today because square dancers will go anywhere there's free food and a car. So we're talking about our caller. On the program, maybe I already mentioned, yeah, you crossed out Bill Tex because he couldn't make it, and we have Dale. And Dale he's an international caller. He really is. And he might tell you a little bit, but he, or square dancing, is in English all over the world. And so if you go to Japan and go to a square dance, it would be in English. Now, their pronunciation might be a little different. We have danced to Chinese and Japanese callers. We've had actually, some years ago though, but dancers came from China and spent quite a bit of time here dancing with us. And they could understand the calls because they're all in English. Or in French, remember, do or allemand or promenade. So, it's fantastic. Now, Dale has been, I've known Dale for at least 20 years. We used to square dance to him at one of these Friday or Saturday nights. And then he became our class caller for several years. And we've changed over, but still, he's a marvelous caller. Great on training. Dale, come on up here. And
what an act to follow.
Don't worry, he is an act in his own. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you, Dale Hoppers, our international caller.